Hello there, you're very welcome here to the Wicklow GA TV stream of the Boom and Platform Hire Senior Hurling Championship semi-final. Second one of this weekend, this between Avondale and Bray Emmets. The 7 in a row chasing Bray Emmets against Avondale, the intermediate champions of last year. My name is Daniel Kennedy, I'll be in the commentary. With me today is the Western Gales manager, Kieran Breen from Barrow Rangers. How are you, Kieran?
I've been better now, Daniel. I won't lie after that semi-final, but sure, look. Here now, and we'll look forward to hopefully what's going to be a good game between Bray and Avondale.
And we'll get the teams up here now as the captains go in for the throw-in. First team up is Avondale. In goal is Shane O'Reilly, Liam Dickinson, Connor Sheen and Killian Brown make up the full back line. Keith Byrne, Eamon Kearns and Shane Brown are in the half back line. Zach Cullen and Shane Byrne partner each other in midfield. But Eugene Dunn, Carl Phelan and Kyle Baker make up the half forward line. One change as per the programme, Jack Manley doesn't start, Ross Ward comes in for him. More than likely you'll probably see him in the half back line somewhere, but he's going in corner forward for the sake of this. Aina Owens and Conor Byrne, the other two full forwards. Go on now to the Bray team. In goal is Conor McNally, Ben Carney, Carl Lacey and Brian Dooley make up the full back line. Sean Kenny, John Henderson and Dara Henderson make up the half back line. Sean Kenny getting his first start for this Bray Emmets senior side. Davy Maloney and Luke Maloney make up the midfield. Mark Lennon, Christy Morehouse and Ronald McMahon are the half forwards, with Willie Cash, another first time starter, partnered with Padraig Doyle and Andrew Conway in the full forward line. Of course this will be with Avondale. Oddly enough about Avondale, back in the formation, the GA, all the way back in the 1800s, Michael Cusack noted how he was on his travels down in Wicklow. He came across a hurling match in Avondale and noted how he swore he was in North Tipperary with how the hurling was played. Seems like in those mountainous communities, although not the best ground for hurling, it's where this sport was kept and untouched by British rule. So Avondale, while they haven't won a championship, senior championship since the 80s, they're steeped in hurling history. And Kieran, what have you made of Avondale so far in this championship?
I think having won the intermediate championship last year, it's just brilliant to see them up and to be competitive from the off. Great getting a win against Pats in the group, and of course a massive win against Clonedy the last day in the quarter final. And they went into that game, from talking to a few of them, confident enough that they could get results. So I think from talking to Clive Heffernan and a few of the lads, they're delighted to be in a semi-final, but they're here now, they've nothing to lose. I've been impressed with how they've managed to kind of get in a sense of their shape, their style of hurling. So hopefully now it lends itself to a competitive game against Sherlock, a tremendous Bray team. Like you said, 6 in a row going for 7. They're just so experienced in semi-finals, so it'll be interesting to see how this game goes. You'll be hoping Avondale will be able to keep it close. A few early goals, as Bray are renowned for, can often lead to one-sided games, so hopefully that's not the case today.
Aughrim's Liam Keenan is the referee and he throws the ball in. Carl Baker's made the switch into midfield, but Davy Maloney gets first possession. Going through the centre, Davy Maloney for the first chance of the game is going in high, dropping in on top of Padraig Doyle. Doyle puts the hand up, doesn't get there. Shane O'Reilly gets to the ball, Padraig Doyle swings on it. Where's it gone? It seems to be just on the ground. Shane O'Reilly's body blocking it. It comes out here. Ron McMahon should gather for Bray. Getting in front, Ron McMahon, second time of asking, gets it blocked there by Keith Byrne. The ball spills loose, Kearns trying to get onto it. Couple of bodies flying in, ruck forming here on the 21 of Avondale's half. No one's claiming it just yet. We can see here now, Roman flicks it out, brilliant flick out to Jackie Morehouse. Christie now, running at the defence. Christie going through a few bodies, still going, number 11 on his back. However, it's Connor Sheen who comes out with the ball. On now to Keith Byrne. Keith Byrne held up by Ron McMahon. Mark Lennon gets the ball. Mark Lennon puts it over the bar. First score of the game, first attack. Bray Emmets 1, Avondale 0, and flying start so far, Kieran.
Yeah, it looked as if Davy Maloney was going to get the strike off and score a point, but with that breeze it held up, but good work by Bray.
Puck goes straight to Ben Carney for Bray. Ben Carney going for it, it's going to drop. Shane O'Reilly should gather, does. Padraig Doyle puts a hurl up there, but Shane O'Reilly comes away with it. O'Reilly down into space, but only Davy Maloney has occupied that space, so Bray immediately pressing forward and getting to these dropping balls. Davy Maloney with a chance to get his own score, puts it wide. So you mentioned beforehand about the flooding forward from Avondale, but straight away they had no options for Shane O'Reilly to clear to.
He's under pressure now and ball gathered easily by Bray as it worked out.
Shane O'Reilly sent it down the close stand side. It's pulled on by an Avondale man. Luke Maloney gets the breaking ball, sent into Andy Conway. Liam Dickinson on his case. Liam Dickinson gets to it first, but Conway, that usual work rate from him, comes off. Ball is still up for grabs. Conway grabs it. Christy Morehouse coming away from a challenge, looking for Ronan McMahon. Ronan McMahon just goes over his head and he's chased after Conor Byrne in hot pursuit. Byrne does well there, into the hands of Keith Byrne. And now Shane Byrne, long ball down, looking for, I think, is it Éanna Owens inside or Eugene Dunn? Sean Kenny gets his first possession. On now to Dave Maloney. John Henderson moving out. John Henderson whips on it, looking for Patrick Doyle, who's made a run past Sheehan. Andy Conway now in possession, trying to get past Dickinson. Held back by Dickinson, free into Bray on the 21.
Probably the right decision as a defender there now, not to risk an early goal. You'd imagine Bray now will just pop this over the bar as a 21-yard free, but certainly looked dangerous as the ball was floated in there. Just interesting to note that, like we spoke about, Avondale tend to filter lads back and leave two inside, but just notice that John Henderson is sitting there on the edge of the D. So with the win in this half, if they're going to get any joy, they'll have to make sure and go direct and not make John stand out even more, because they're dropping ball on top of him. So it'll be interesting to see how they link that up.
Chrissy Morehouse, stalwart at this stage, goes for it, puts it over the bar. Gave the Avondale line a bit to think about there, but the point taken. The scoreboard's reading Avondale 1, Bray Emmets 0. It actually should be the other way around. We're now 2 actually, rather, for Bray. Ball goes over Ross Ward and Sean Kenny's head. Carl Lacey gets a hurl in there, puts it forward. John Henderson, no hurl in his hand. Luke Maloney on the ground, trying to get it up. It's going to be, looks to be a free out there, I think.
Something off maybe a touch off the ball on... I see Mark Lennon got injured there. He was just hit off the ball by Ross Ward, so I think that's what Liam Keenan blew for. But Christie coming out against the wind now. This is maybe an ambitious effort.
Of course, with Christie, ambition.
Yeah, he doesn't lack for ambition anyway.
Doesn't lack for it. Christy Morehouse now lining up his shot. Rises, strikes, has the legs, but does it have the accuracy? Why would you bet against him? It does indeed.
Some score against the wind.
Against the wind, Christy Morehouse gets his second point of the game, 3 points to no score. Shane O'Reilly once again with the puck out. Sends it down to the middle towards Shane Byrne. He's ahead of Dave Maloney. Shane Byrne gathers easy enough. Over now to Shane Brown. Brown ducking out of the way the challenge of Mark Lennon. Hits it in, looking for Carl Field. Carl Field tries to get a hurl to it. It actually works out well because it comes to Eugene Dunn, but Carl Lacey's on his case. Lacey getting it into his hand. Gets it back, looking for John Henderson, but Conor Byrne bursts onto it and he has a lot of pace. John Henderson held him back. Conor Byrne takes his point. I didn't see Liam Keenan if he's on an advantage there, but a well taken point by Conor Byrne. Avondale up and running now.
Yeah. Good start for Avondale now that they're trying to keep into Bray, not let the lead build.
Conor McNally looking for Dara Henderson, who's making the run. Eamon Kearns is tracking it, but falls to Andy Conway. Conway gets out ahead of Dickinson. Conway's on the advantage. He sees this, let him running in. Let him flicks the forward for Ron McMahon. Goes to Willie Cash. Willie Cash for the fourth score for Bray Emmets. Has he got it? The umpires are happy with that. Willie Cash's first score of the match.
Very well worked there by Bray. The way they were able to keep the ball moving. Didn't give Avondale a chance to settle, and Willie Cash converts with his first point from play.
Shane O'Reilly setting it down on top of Cathal Baker. Luke Maloney gets a hurl to it. Spills loose. Zach Cullen should pick up. Does. Mark Lennon put on the pressure. However, Zach Cullen pays no heed. Into Eugene Dunn. Lacey and him going to have some battle this match. Eugene Dunn mishits the ball. Conor McNally and John Henderson deciding who should take it. Eventually John decides to, but immediately Éanna Owens put him under pressure. Carl Phelan's also in there wrestling. Conor McNally and Conor Byrne swings on. It's gone out for a 65. A bit of indecision there from John and Conor.
Bit of indecisiveness there now. Maybe a touch of lack of communication. I don't know, for me nearly when the goalie is coming on facing the ball, you'd be inclined to let him come onto it, but I'm sure now the lads won't let that happen again. Now they'll have a chat between themselves, but a bit of indecisiveness, alright, resulting in an Avondale 65, and it's Zach Cullen standing over. He's usually very accurate, so we'll see how he opens his tally for the day.
He was a big factor in their win over Gleneady. Zach Cullen possessing the chance, rises, strikes. It should, yeah, that's sailing over the bar. Avondale's second point of half the deficit, or rather, sorry, it's down to 2 point game. Conor McNally now with the puck out, sends it down long out towards the open stand side. Mark Lennon catches. Lennon over to Ronan McMahon. Ronan McMahon gonna shoot from the 45, and that is just floating over the bar from Ronan McMahon. I mean, Avondale get a point straight away, Bray cancel it out.
That's it, and just Mark Lennon went up uncontested, straight into his hand, pops the ball off. It just looks so easy out there.
Shane O'Reilly with the puck out, looking for Conor Byrne. Ben Carney's on his case. Carney seems to get a flick there. It spills loose. Carney still battling. Shane Byrne goes in with the shoulder. Brilliant shoulder, but Davy Maloney picks up the loose ball. Davy Maloney now. Is this 1 out of 3 for Davy? Umpires look happy enough. It is. 6 points to 2.
Good score for Davy there. Probably took it in a bit closer than his first attempt, which dropped short, which was the opening, I suppose, action of the game. So, see Liam talking to one of his linesmen here now. It's hard to know what's going on, but he's happy to play on by the looks of it.
Linesman there, of course, Paul Porter. Shane O'Reilly with the puck out. Bit more arrow towards Cathal Baker. Luke Maloney, though, is holding on to him well. Ball spills loose. That's Andy Conway there with the shoulder. Takes the shoulder off Eamon Kearns. They're all battling here in the middle of the park. Lennon gets to the loose ball. Lennon just turns, pivots, sends it into Padraig Doyle on Sheehan. Padraig Doyle doesn't get to the ball first time. Looks to be being held back as Hurl is gone. Doyle doing so well there to hold it up. Willie Cash now in possession. Cash sends it back to Mark Lennon. Lennon spills. Shane Brown on his case, on his back, doing well there, using brilliant strength to dispossess Len. And Shane Brown looks for the run of Conor Byrne. Conor Byrne keeps it in play. Luke Maloney sizing him up. Conor Byrne runs past Lukey. Leaves Lukey in the dust. On now to Shane Byrne. Shane Byrne looking for Cathal Baker just over his head, but Baker collects nonetheless. Eugene Dunn out in front of Lacey. Lacey shields him off. Doing brilliant there, and Dave Maloney picks up the loose ball. Maloney being hounded by 2 Avondale men, and Cathal Baker was one of them. He looks the most likely to get the ball, but it's gone now. It's spilled into a bit of a ruck. Ruck forming on the Bray Emmets 45. Cathal Baker trying to get to it. John Henderson now has got his body in there, trying to break it out. Conor Byrne does break it out. Brilliant pull there by Ben Carney, and Dara Henderson now can clear, and he sends a long ball down in on top of this 21. Willie Cash underneath it. Cash does get a hand to it. However, Sheehan comes out with the ball handy enough and gives it off to Shane Brown. Shane Brown clears up the pitch. Long ball looking for the run of Éanna Owens. Brian Dooley on his case. Brian Dooley, Éanna Owens sells him. Brian Dooley, Éanna Owens headed towards goal. Shoots. Brilliant hook by Dooley. Recovered well there by his early mistake. Dooley now trying to get possession. Doesn't. John Henderson does and flicks it out towards Mark Lennon. So Dooley, Éanna Owens nearly punishing a Dooley mistake. Lennon pucks it in towards the square. It's going to drop high. It just looks like it's heading to the right. Right and wide.
It was a great passage of play there. There was a bit of everything. There was hits, there was hooks, there was blocks, deliveries. Good competitive game, which is what we're looking for.
Shane O'Reilly with the puck out. Dropping it on top of Conor Byrne. Goes into the hands here, or not. Ross Ward does closer for Avondale. Conor Byrne tried to flick in space. Does. Ahead of Ben Carney. Conor Byrne looking to take on Carney. No, checks it back onto Ross Ward. Ross Ward takes a step back, hits. Éanna Owens is in the square. Goes past him. John Henderson doing the wise thing, getting it out to the side for Sean Kenny to chase. However, there was Zach Cullen there trying to get ahead. Sean Kenny got a good hurl to it. Brian Dooley battling with Éanna Owens again. And Éanna Owens has it in his hand. Pucks it out here to Shane Brown, another man with a brilliant performance against Ely. Shoots from far out. It's blocked by Lennon. Goes down towards Zach Cullen. Luke Maloney gets his body in. Zach Cullen out now to Cathal Baker. Chance to shoot, but he'll run. Shane Brown just spills loose from his grip. Shane Brown gets it up again. Carney on his case. Shane Brown over the shoulder. Carney blocks. Carney trying to kick it out. Goes to Luke Maloney. Luke Maloney clears up the pitch for Christy Morehouse and Mark Lennon to chase. But of course the Avondale, the backs are on their case fairly quickly. There, but Christy Morehouse paying no heed. Gets around his man. Goes for the shot, but it's gone out for a line ball.
Yeah. Avondale will be delighted to see that because there was space definitely inside for Christy to run into. But Avondale trying a lot of the right things. Just sometimes that final pass, that final ball just isn't sticking or coming off. So they'll definitely get confidence from it, but it'd be great for their point of view if they could put a few of them together and like that get the scoreboard to keep it ticking over.
Of course, Killian Brown also showed great strength there, even with Christy getting past him. Shane Brown was told that was taken too quickly. I think Paul Porter wants to have a word with the ref again.
This is the second time talking to Paul Porter. It's hard to know what he's talking to Chris now, and the notebook is coming out.
Must have been a bit of after there, Killian Brown. Yeah.
We're still chatting away anyway. Christy's not too happy, but looks like Liam is going to nearly book him by the looks of things.
Yeah. Yellow card. Shane Brown with a sideline again. Whistle's blown. Few options. No one making any meaningful run just yet. Shane Brown hits the sideline. It's a good sideline. Down on top of Eugene Dunn. Carl Lacey hooked by Carl Phelan. Sean Kenny gets it into his hand. Picks up the loose ball. Sean Kenny press forward. Eugene Dunn's on his case. Sean Kenny's half hooked, but gets the ball away to Willie Cash nonetheless. Cash gets it into space for himself. Shane Byrne trying to hit him up. Cash, good hand pass back to Sean Kenny. Kenny back to Lennon. Lennon hits a ball in. Podrick's one-on-one with Sheen. Podrick sneaks in behind. Podrick can't get it first time. He was almost through on goal there. Shane O'Reilly kicks it out, but Conway gathers in front of Eamon Kearns, but Kearns actually holding up well, not allowing him to get it to his hand. Ron McMahon now in possession. Hits it back out, looking for Christy Morehouse. It's just overcooked, and now Conor Byrne has a chance to get possession here. Dara Henderson's on his case. Conor Byrne does well to hold him off. It's in out. Then Killian Brown is also in there fighting for it, and it's out for a line ball to Avondale.
Definitely, at the minute it looks like Bray are looking to isolate Conor Sheen one-on-one with Pádraig Doyle, but in fairness to him, he's holding his own. Pádraig Doyle, a big man, and Conor very happy to try get the ball to the ground. Now that time he made a great move in behind, nearly came off, but definitely from this point of view, Avondale with the line ball looking dangerous at times.
Eugene Dunn gets to that. It's a free for a little flick, I believe, on the leg from Sean Kenny. So Zach Cullen another chance now to get a point from a dead ball. 65 earlier on.
Very similar position, so he nailed the first one. Shouldn't be any problem to him nailing this one either.
Looking at the flags, the wind is still there but slightly died down. Zach Cullen. He's going through his routine. Zach Cullen rises, strikes. It's arrowed. It looks to be tailing to the left, but the umpires are happy with it. It's gone over the bar. Just 3 points in it now. Bray Emmets 6 points. Avondale 3 points. Conor McNally with the puck out. It's going to send it high on top of Lennon and Shane Brown. Lennon switching his hurl to a different hand. Almost got straight into Conway. However, Willie Cash will get there. Cash back to Christy Morehouse. Christy Morehouse puts it. Umpires look happy. It's over the bar. Bray crowd was happy as well. And even with that, we saw earlier on with Zach Cullen when he took 65, Bray went down and scored again. So this is
that's tit for tat nature. It was just hard for Avondale every time you do get a score, as you said. Bray were getting a one to return, but a good puck out for Avondale. Ball being delivered in.
Keith Byrne sends it down looking for Eugene Dunn and Ross Ward inside. Ben Carney just took his eye out that for a moment, and Ross Ward gathers. He gives it back here to Eugene Dunn. Eugene Dunn looks inside. Conor Byrne is available there, almost in the 45. Conor Byrne shoots. Dara Henderson blocks, but Conor Byrne will have a second bite of the cherry. And Conor Byrne has just got across the goal and wide.
Oh, unlucky there, especially after getting for the block to come his way and then to not get the score was a bit of a disappointment. One alright.
Conor McNally, county keeper, finds Kenny in a bit of space here, but Zach Cullen's going to be straight on. Kenny catches well. The UL student Sean Kenny hits it down, but into no one in particular. And there is Shane Byrne. Pumping it straight down. John Henderson's underneath there. John Henderson gets a hand to it. Brian Dooley now coming away, almost coming away. There are 3 men around him. Free though for a dragon back. Brian Dooley, of course, a new man for Bray this year. Formerly of Ross Scray. Brian Dooley, family from Offaly, so I don't know which side of the border he favours, but he's a Wicklow man now. Conor McNally with the puck out, with the free on his own 45.
Looking to land it in around the edge of the square.
High ball. With his striking, you wouldn't be too surprised it went over. However, it's going to drop inside the square. Pádraig Doyle does get a hand to it, however, it spills loose. Chance for a goal for Willie Cash, pulls on it. Liam Dickinson into his hands. And he gets it out looking for Shane Brown, but Mark Lennon is putting the pressure on. Spills loose, Lennon back to Maloney. Carl Baker on his case. Luke Maloney though gets to it. 2 men around him. Liam Keenan blows the whistle. Free in for Bray.
That high ball going in top of the edge of the square is actually quite dangerous because the sun is in keeper Shane O'Reilly's eyes there now. So Eamon Kearns probably did the sensible thing, trying to head back and not take any chances. But Avondale had plenty of bodies around there, just left the arms in. Disappointed to concede a free there when they had so many bodies back. And you can imagine how Christy now, he'd be only too happy to put this one over.
Whistle's gone. Christy now with a chance to get under a score. Put Bray 5 points to the good. Christy over the bar. Up and down the county, Christy will practice frees. And Aughrim will be a regular place of practice. Shane O'Reilly hits it down on top of Cathal Baker and Shane Byrne. David Maloney trying to get a hurl, but Shane Byrne catches in behind Maloney now. He's running at the goal, onto the 45. Checks it back to Eugene Dunn. Dunn with a chance for a score. Checks back and puts it over the bar. It's a good response from Avondale.
That was a great response. Such a great high catch by Shane Byrne. And then to pop the ball off for Eugene Dunn to get the score. 4 points in it, but Avondale well in this game.
McNally sending it down to the covered stand side, looking for Ron McMahon. Keith Byrne is holding him off well there. McMahon seems to be the man in possession. No, it spills loose. Christy Morehouse. Brilliant run here from Dara Henderson. Conor Byrne is on his case. Dara Henderson checks back inside. Will this be a score for Dara Henderson? Looks good. Bray crowd are happy, and the umpires now are raising the white flag.
Great score for Dara Henderson bombing forward, and I have to say no, he doesn't get in that position too often there now, but he took his score well in fairness to him.
Dara, of course, the current club player of the year for 2024. If he keeps making moves like that, there's no reason he won't repeat that feat. Cathal Baker underneath this, breaks it down for Conor Byrne. Conor Byrne back to Carl Phelan. Phelan pokes it across. Dave Maloney gets a hurl to it, but Eugene Dunn could get there. Takes a wild swipe at it. Dave Maloney, though, recovers. Maloney coming through the challenge of Conor Byrne. And now past Shane Byrne. Looking across for Mark Lennon. Might be a better option going forward. We've gone out for a line ball. Lennon thankfully stops just before he hits the...
into the dugout there. Right idea. You can see he was trying to just overcook it a small bit. But in fairness, he took the ball on well, Dave Maloney. He's kind of well in the game at this stage, but in fairness for Avondale, I think Conor Byrne is actually having a good say early on now. He's well in the game and making things happen for Avondale.
Shane Brown with the sideline. Gone to the hands of Sean Kenny. Safe hands from the young man. Free out to him. And I believe he's calling over Éanna Owens, it looks like, yeah. Didn't exactly see what happened there myself.
It's strange one there now, I don't.
Saying maybe the hurl just went a little bit high into Sean, maybe.
Yeah, maybe yellow a bit harsher now. Often if there was a strong reaction from a Bray player, you'd often think, yeah, there's something happened, but no one seemed to react there.
Well, knowing Sean Kenny, it wouldn't take, it'd be very long before he reacts to anything. Conor McNally with the free, it's going to drop into that square again. Pull there from Eamon Kearns. Shane O'Reilly gathers. Shane O'Reilly loses. Willie Cash trying to get into space, but that's picked up there, caught there by Killian Brown. Brown sends it out. Goes to Dara Henderson. Will he have a go for a second score? He does. Dara Henderson looks to float it over. Bray Powder once again happy. Dara Henderson with 2 points.
2 points for Dara now. That's unbelievable. Just Shane O'Reilly in the goal, just a bit jittery under the high ball. And like I said, Eamon Kearns is taking no chances batting it back as the ball's delivered in there now to the Avondale half-hour line.
So Dickinson cleared it up the pitch, but Sean Kenny gathers the loose ball. Carl Phelan put him under pressure. Sean Kenny almost getting out of a three-man Shamazel there. Éanna Owens can't control it. Kenny there like a rash on his back.
From our vantage point, I would call that as an Avondale ball, but neither linesman nor referee is too sure, so it's going to be a hot ball. But
Dave Maloney and, which Maloney will it be? It will be Luke Maloney and Shane Byrne in for the throw-in. Throws it in. Both players go for it. And that's a free against...
I find it hard to believe that you give a foul for pulling in a clash.
Yeah.
That's a new one to me now, I have to say.
I remember watching a match in Limerick one time where you see players now, they almost step out in front of the hurl, almost just to get that hit. And I've seen players being sent off for it. But again, is it more so your leg hit his hurl than his leg?
Exactly, yeah.
Christy Morehouse with the free. Christy Morehouse, this looks to have gone wide. We heard hard luck there in the crowd below. And the referee, or the umpires waved it wide. Shane O'Reilly with the puck out. Goes long, looking for Cathal Baker and Eugene Dunn. Cathal Baker can't get there. Eugene Dunn, it came off him. Ball spills loose. Luke Maloney trying to get in there. Conor Byrne and Lennon raise possession. Brilliantly picked up by Conor Byrne, evading that challenge from Lennon. Killian Brown in possession. It's a long ball into the full forward line. Looking for Zach Cullen, who's moved inside. John Henderson, safe as you like. Hand pass out to their brother Dara. Dara on now to Lukey Maloney. He's got his brother, or Davy Maloney rather, hitting it up. Eamon Kearns underneath that. Andy Conway trying to put him off, but Eamon Kearns walks it all the way. Hitting it for Kearns. Looking for Éanna Owens. Brian Dooley catches. Dooley takes a serious class there from Eugene Dunn. That's definitely got to be a booking from Eugene Dunn. Very wild in the pull.
Definitely a card there on Eugene. Reckless enough pull. He was never getting to the ball. I'm trying to. Liam is talking to him there now. But super stuff from Bray there. The way Brian Dooley attacked the ball, and even though Ian Owens was actually kind of playing his hurl, he still went committed to it. Took in the hand first time, won his foul, and Christie's back here in between his 45 and 65. He put one over from a similar position earlier. It's hard to know whether you go with Christie or Conor McNally, but Christie is fairly happy to take it, alright.
Christie chatting with Paul Porter to make sure he knows where it's from. Missed the last one, but as you mentioned, has scored from a similar position. He'll put his full shoulders through this. Christie floats up in the air. It's going to drop short here. Willie Cash underneath it with Liam Dickinson. Spills there. Killian Brown's underneath it. Then ruck forming on just beyond the 14 in the Avondale half. Avondale in possession. I think that's Keith Byrne. Gets it out to Conor Byrne. Conor Byrne sends it forward. Dooley and Elms underneath this. Dooley can't catch it cleanly. John Henderson almost stolen off from there by Carl Phelan, but John Henderson recovers. Gets it out now to Sean Kenny. Ross Ward straight on his case. Sean Kenny, smart ball over to Christy Morehouse. Christy to Davy Maloney. Spills forward from him. Davy Maloney flicks it away from Carl Baker. Maloney back to Christy. Just about there, yes, despite Carl Baker's intervention. Davy Maloney running forward. Goes over free to Bray Emmets. I think Tom Daly may have been proud of that.
Yeah, and for all the hard work Avondale are doing, like Bray are still maybe getting a few frees, but also working the ball through the hands at times, and like that, Christie's quite happy hitting these frees. But overall, like for all the work they're doing, Avondale's probably not reflecting on the scoreboard. Now, look, that's the nature of their style of play, the way they filter lads back. Like Conor Byrne got the ball nearly on his own 45 there, and that strike has to go along into the full forward line. It didn't. John Henderson, now he done well when he was dispossessed to get back on again, and you could just see then Bray working the ball through the hands and getting their free then. But look, for an Avondale point of view, there's 24 minutes gone, 6 points in it. If they could get a few scores now between now and half time, they'd be, I'm sure, quite happy going in at the break.
Conor Byrne just received the yellow card there. The ball was moved up. It looks like the yellow card may have been for dissent. Not too happy with that decision. Christy Morehouse rises, strikes, puts it over the bar. Shane O'Reilly with the puck out. See where he's going to send it. There's a short ball on. He opts not to go for it. Going to drop it on top of Eugene Dunn. We're on top of Carl Baker there. A couple of players go for it. Spills loose. Luke Maloney's close to it, but it's a free to Avondale. Sean Kenny holding back Eugene Dunn.
And just on that, you mentioned it as well, like two Avondale lads going for the one ball, like you'd be kind of saying if you're Clive Heffernan, the wrong mind lads, one up, one down, because it's hard enough to win it against a Bray lad, but when your own lad is competing for it as well, it doesn't make it any easier. So look, Zach's sending over the free there now. He's been good so far. They need this now just to keep within contention.
Zach Cullen, we've only got less than 5 minutes to go to the 30-minute mark. And then plus how many minutes at a time. Looks to target one last time. Zach rises, strikes. It seems to be tailing over the bar. Well taken score. 6 points in it now. Conor McNally's going to get on with things quickly here. Sends the puck out, looking for the run Roman Mann, but Carl Baker read it well, but Roman Mann gets a touch to it and is in possession. Looks for Dara Henderson. Eamon Kern cuts it out. Kearns under pressure from Dara Henderson still. Looks forward for Carl Baker. Carl Baker, if he gets a bit of space in front of him, he can be dangerous. Opts not to go run him. Gives it to Carl Phelan. Carl Phelan goes to flick it over. John Henderson's there to stop him. Gets the block in. Dooley should collect. Dooley in possession now. Carl Phelan keeping him under pressure. Dooley running forward. He looked like he almost on the verge of overcarrying it there, but flicked it into space for Roman McMahon to run into. Eamon Kearns is just stepped past as Roman McMahon sends it in, but well caught there by, I think it's Keith Byrne. Gets over now to Shane Brown. Brown going through Andy Conway. Conway, look like a third man challenge on Conway, but Shane Brown still goes on nonetheless. Sends it over to Phelan. Phelan can't gather first time, can't gather second, but third time does. Now to Carl Baker. Carl Baker, fifth time lucky. Gets it up, slips as he's trying to run forward. Dara Henderson in steps. Dara Henderson sends the ball into Christy Morehouse. Bit of space in front of him. Might be a bit too wide to go for goal, but Killian Brown's back there to throw him off. Killian Brown now should come away with this. Sends it back up, looking for Shane Byrne. Shane Byrne can't gather it twice. Ron McMahon on his back, on his case. Ron McMahon gets it into a bit of space. Keith Byrne is in there helping out Shane Byrne. Seems to be neither of them able to take control of the ball as bodies flood in towards the ball. Killian Brown taking on the sideline. Chris Canavan there calls for a line ball to Bray.
Just Avondale, like it's where the ball was wet or it was a greasy day. Like they're just times, I know they're still a bit jittery or whatever it is, but their handling at times is just letting them down. And like their backs are doing really well. In fairness to them, I don't think Bray have scored a whole lot from play from their forwards. So their backs are doing well. They're trying to work the ball out. Like ball went through the hands there through the likes of Shane Brown and a few. But then just that final ball or that final pass is really letting them down. Like there was 2 or 3 opportunities to secure possession and they didn't. So that's something they're going to have to just get right now, for especially the second half coming up.
Christy Morehouse's sideline goes across the pitch. Willie Cash catches it brilliant, takes it in brilliantly with brilliant touch. David Maloney just outside the arc goes for a shot. Looks good. And is indeed good. The Bray Emmets crowd happy with it. The umpire's happy with it. Bray Emmets 12 points, Avondale 5.
Yeah, Davey with a second point from play today. Going well. He's winning his midfield battle there, it's fair to say.
Shane O'Reilly. Liam Dickinson's made himself available and he's going to go for Liam Dickinson. Dickinson touched a bit heavy, but gathers anyway. In now to Connor Sheehan. Connor Sheehan hoops it downfield. Looking for Ross Ward, but Ben Carney there read it so well. Carney over to Lennon. Lennon getting a pull on it. Carney using his shin there to keep it going forward. Pull there from Ross Ward. Luke Maloney gets it back to the brother Davy. Davy looking for Dála. It just goes a bit too wide of him, but Rowan McMahon is chasing with Keith Byrne behind him. Rowan McMahon will stop it from going out for a sideline. Picks it up brilliantly from Rowan McMahon. And he sends it down into the full forward line looking for Conway. Conway. Liam Dickinson did very well there to get a hurl in and Shane Brown got the break. Luke Maloney getting a touch to it. Shane Byrne in possession. Back to Ross Ward. Ward over to Carl Baker. There's a bit of space for Baker to run into if he can gather the ball. He's a powerful man, this man. Dave Maloney putting on the press. Gets past Maloney. Lennon still on his case. Carl Baker checks back. Looking for Eugene Dunn. And it's a bit, I mean, he did stop.
Harsh,
yeah.
Harsh. I think Cahill wouldn't be, while when it's going through the hands, as you said, he's a powerful athlete. Sometimes when it comes to striking the ball, it wouldn't be his most favourite skill, I'd say, but just got held up there, was looking around to try offload the ball and maybe a touch harsh, but he did. I think it was that pause really done in the end, and Conor McNally standing over this free now.
It's a down the line looking for Jackie. Christy Morehouse misses it. Willie Cash does brilliantly there to roll Eamon Kearns' challenge, but Killian Brown picks up for Avondale. Just hoops it forward, looking for Ross Ward. Sean Kenny though puts the hurl in. Sean Kenny using his body, pulled from behind by Ross Ward. That's a very poor challenge from Ross Ward.
Yeah, and there's just incidences of indiscipline at times. Avondale, I know like they want to be physical and be matching Bray on that front, but like we saw earlier, was it a pull from Eugene Dunn? There was a pull there. There's a few times like that they're in discipline, and especially when they have bodies in around the ball, that they could actually get, you'd imagine, a turnover. But look, with 1 minute injury time there now, Christie standing over this one. It's going to look like it's either going to be 7 or 8 points going in at the break, and like Avondale's backs, they haven't done a whole lot wrong, but it's just that final ball, I keep saying, is just kind of letting them down at times.
Christie rising, striking. This looks like it's just snuck in there.
Just about, I'd say.
Just about.
No, it's after being waved as a wide.
It's wide.
Yeah.
Well,
and Liam Keenan happy to wave a wide, and our umpire here on the near side is after waving a wide. So
I think we're a couple of years off being Hawkeye here in Echelon Park. Dara Henderson pucks that one forward. Keith Byrne gets in touch. Conor Byrne puts his hand up, doesn't gather it, gets it second time. Shane Byrne is available to his side. Now Zach Cullen is, but Conor Byrne is just going to go forward. Dave Maloney gets a hurl to it. Brother Lukey takes it up. Lukey sends it into the full forward line, looking for Willie Cash. He's ahead of Dickinson. Cash gets touched to it. Shane Brown doesn't gather. Christy Morehouse almost sure when Liam Keenan calls a halt to proceedings. So it should be 12 points to 5. The scoreboard is reading 13 to 5. So what have you made of that half so far, Kieran? Or that half altogether?
I suppose, like Avondale, I feel their backs are doing really well coping with the Bray threat, which is, you know, like Bray has just so many different forwards that can hurt you from different positions. But it's just their forward half of the pitch is just, sometimes they're not getting ball in direct to their full forward line. Sometimes they're playing the ball around the middle, maybe overdoing it. I'd say there's a certain balance required, but at times they just need to go for their scores. Like, you're maybe overplaying it, and just that final pass is letting them down at times. Like Bray, you'd be saying going in at 7 points up at half time are quite confident. Like, their game management throughout the years has been so good, the experience they have as champions. But look, it's going to need a big second half out of Avondale. You're saying to yourself, right, they play this style of hurling whereby they filter lads back. There comes a time where we push lads forward. So Clive and the rest of his management team will have a few decisions to make at half time, but hopefully, look, they come out and like that, give it a good rattle in the second half, and we have a good second half on our hands.
The place with Bray Emmets awaits the victors of this match in the Boom and Platform Hire Senior Hurling Championship Final. My name is Dála Kennedy. I've been with Kieran Breen. We'll see you in the second half in 10 minutes time.
Support Wicklow GAA and you could win a hybrid Ford Puma worth 33,000 euro or 25,000 euro cash. Get your tickets from your club. Don't forget, Wicklow GAA's Golf Classic East is September 19th. Want to enter a team or sponsor a tee? Follow our social media for details.
The corner forward gathers it on the 21, but it's stolen by the cornerback. He's picked his pocket there.
It's dropping from the skies. The big man has it again. Oh, he's lording it today.
He's backing himself. He has the distance, but has he the accuracy? It's over the bar. Tashi Garuto. Tashi Halutrasta. They've done it. Nobody.
Our GAA. We all belong here, in this place, at this time. We belong not because of who we are or where we come from. Being here means belonging. Belonging means knowing you're part of a community that has a place for all, where potential is nurtured, where individuals become teams. We honour the legacy of those who went before and strive to build a legacy of their own. Some of us play, some of us used to play, some of us never played. We all belong. Belonging means having a voice, means being able to say what you think is right, being listened to. Belonging means respecting each other, means being there for each other, on the pitch, off the pitch. Belonging means rolling our sleeves up and doing what needs to be done. We all belong, whether it's our first day or our 100th year. We all belong here, because this place belongs to us all. Our GAA, where we all belong.
Support Wicklow GAA and you could win a hybrid Ford Puma worth 33,000 euro or 25,000 euro cash. Get your tickets from your club. Don't forget, Wicklow GAA's Golf Classic East is September 19th. Want to enter a team or sponsor a tee? Follow our social media for details.
Someone move. It's looking, boys. Who wants it? Alan, will you just kick the ball out to the middle of the field? Get your head in the game, come on! Keepers! Jesus Christ, Alan! Will you catch the ball? That's your square, your responsibility! You called for the ball! Come on and get your head in the game! James, lads, he's lost the hunger altogether, that fella. Christ!
Eugene, listen, look, we're all worried about him. He's not in a good place. He's not himself. He doesn't need you on the sideline shouting at him with abuse. Look, go and have a chat with him and see if he's all right, will you?
Yes, I never thought of that. Hold on. Alan, come here! Alan, come here.
It's important to remember that underneath the jersey, GA players are just normal people too. 4 to 4 of us have mental health, and you don't have to be an expert to make a positive difference at your GA club. Look after yourself and keep an eye out for others. Sometimes all you have to do is listen. Go to realtalks.ie/GAA to learn more.
tá áit ar le when a lig. Wenne tá bio a fannacht ar lá nach tuach a riomh béidir. Wenne a hín siar ríist sa ríist eile hig an áit ar asmuid.
Well, lads, what's the crack?
Wenne nach stop a riomh go dagan a puinte nach féidir mu a stoppa.
Very nice. Cheers.
Wenne nach niúltín riomh don obair atá déanamh.
You got it all free?
Wenne chur na rá gach ile tradiisiún agus gach ile scéile chur rá thugann. Wenne ar bíomhanlinn na léitheanta hagan go deo. Wai hain, wahi hain, uha hain, wain hain. Tá áit ar le wenne lig. Áit ar linne lig í. Cumann Lucas Gael, tá áit dúna lig an.
She'll forget it's her first day. She'll grit her teeth and try her heart out. She'll know that someday she'll master the lift. She'll never forget her first day. She is a camogie player, and she belongs where we all belong. GAA, where we all belong.
Good morning, John.
Morning, Tom. Your taxi waits.
The fact of coming back down here to meet up with the lads and everything and the contact they kept with me is an enormous boost.
There was a need there for us to look after our older members. My own father comes along and he was sick then before Christmas, so he didn't come here, and really I could see a difference in him. I felt that he missed his friends.
It's the Monday Club and everybody who wants to come along is invited. They're remaking connections that they had 20 years ago when they were all very active club members, and now all of a sudden they sit down and it's like they were never away from one another.
I think it's one of the better things that we've done on our healthy club journey because it means so much.
Support Wicklow GAA and you could win a hybrid Ford Puma worth 33,000 euro or 25,000 euro cash. Get your tickets from your club. Don't forget Wicklow GAA's Golf Classic East is September 19. Want to enter a team or sponsor a tee? Follow our social media for details.
A healthy club is where we all belong.
Hello there, you're very welcome back to the Wicklow GAA TV stream of the Bowman Platform Higher Senior Hurling Championship semi-final between Avondale and Bray Emmets. Bray Emmets taking a 7-point lead into the second half, 12 points to 5. My name's Daniel Kennedy, I'll be taking through the commentary. With me here is Kieran Breen on the co-commentary. Watching the two teams come out. Kieran, what are we expecting now in this half?
I just see that Cathal Baker's gone wing back and Shane Brown has gone to midfield, so I'd say Avondale are just saying like we have to push forward. Shane a better striker than Cathal, so maybe they're saying right, allow him the freedom to get forward and get a few shots off, and Cathal will do a man marking job on whoever it is. I see Owen McCormack was actually coming on there for Bray Emmets there, he's 17 on his back, so Owen is going over to the far wing, so look, very dangerous forwards. I think he's not starting, so so dangerous and unpredictable. Haven't marked him in the past. Like, he's just capable of high ball along the ground anyway at all. He's able to hurl it. So game on here now again.
Looks like Mark Lennon's come off. He was holding his ankle at one stage in the first half. Scramble for possession. Eugene Dunn picks it up. Sends it into full forward line. Chasing after it is Ross Ward with Ben Kearney on his case. Ben Kearney gets a hurl to it, spills loose. Ross Ward using his body there to get himself between the ball and Ben Kearney. Kearney though uses his strength, gets it out, hand pass it out. Luke Maloney looks to gather. Shane Brown on his back. Luke Maloney pops into space for John Henderson to run into. Carl Phelan up, chasing after him, so is Shane Brown. John Henderson though, kill going through, gets the hand pass off. Looking for Owen McCormack, Carl Baker picks it up though. And Carl Baker with a bit of space to move into. He might be on the 65, he'll be on the 21 in no time. Whoever checks it back, looking for Eugene Dunn. But Owen McCormack, the thief that he is, sneaks back, gets it, clears. Ball dropping down now for David Maloney to chase onto. Maloney gets a hurl to it. Seemed to be a late hurl there from Shane Byrne. Davey feeling the effects of that little clipper around the shin and a free into Bray Emmets.
Again, I was definitely after saying it, like Cahill, when it comes to striking it, like he had his chance there now. You could see that Avondale, I forget who it was now, was trying to loop around and get the ball off him, but just intercepted by Owen McCormack as he was chasing him. So little things like that are adding up and it's costing Avondale, and things like that as a team deflate you when that keeps happening. So Christie now standing over free.
Christie scores.
Nails it.
The wind seems to be heading towards the left-hand side of the West End gate here across the pitch. Not exactly behind his back, but more in his favour this half. And you can see there the ball gets held up from Shane O'Reilly's puck out. Owen McCormack quickest to it. Looks for Ron McMahon, who's in a lot of space here. Killian Brown is racing back to try to get to him. Ron McMahon with a free shot, it just goes wide.
It's a bad wide there now. Nearly had too much time, I wonder. Just had loads of time and goes to the near post and wide. A let off for Avondale.
Shane O'Reilly wants to get the puck out much longer this time, dropping underneath Éanna Owens and Sean Kenny, or Zach Cullen and Sean Kenny. Goes to the hands of Owen McCormack. He's had a lot of balls since he's come in already. Luke Maloney held up there by Zach Cullen. Spills loose. Ron McMahon gathers. Ron McMahon now has a bit of space to go into here. Ron McMahon on the 45, makes up for that earlier miss and puts it over the bar.
Good score for Ronan McMahon there, the way he broke the tackle and got a shot off. And it's like we're going out to a 9-point game. It's starting to stretch already. Avondale need to get the ball rolling here in terms of the scoreboard.
Shane O'Reilly sending it down on top of the open stand side. Henderson tries to get a hurl to it. Maloney will pick up the loose ball. Davy Maloney checks back. No option there. Sends it forward. Underneath that now is Willie Cash and Liam Dickinson. Hurl flies over there. Roman Mann and Shane Byrne chasing for it. Shane Byrne gets there first. Roman Mann gets a hurl in there and Luke Maloney picks up the breaking ball. Luke Maloney past Eamon Kearns. Gets it on now to Willie Cash. He's a good sharpshooter. Can't get it that first time. Liam Dickinson got a flick. Eamon Kearns trying to bring it out. Willie Cash working hard to try and win back possession for Bray. Luke Maloney now with the ball available. Sends it forward. Was looking for Padraig Doyle. Is going to find Padraig Doyle. Tries to get it to McCormack but just fixes the space for himself. Turns Padraig Doyle over the shoulder. Blocked down by Sheehan. Connor Sheehan now in possession. Gives it to Eamon Kearns. Kearns sends it forward, looking for Éanna Owens. Brian Dooley underneath this with them. Éanna Owens gets a hand to it, can't catch it though thanks to the hurler Brian Dooley. However, Carl Phelan's in possession now for Avondale. Eugene Dunn trying to shake off the challenge of Carl Lacey. Checks back inside, checks back around again. On his favourite right side, Eugene Dunn strikes it over the bar. The Avondale crowd are happy with that. The umpires are happy with that.
That is a great score out of Eugene Dunn, the way he jinked back in and turned back onto his right side. But that was well worked by Avondale. That's far better the way they were able to work it through the hands that time.
McNally setting it down on top of Ron McMahon and Shane Byrne. Ron McMahon catches it brilliantly. Oh, but Zach Cullen dispossesses as well for Avondale here now. Sends it over to Shane Brown. Shane Brown doesn't even look. Sends it to full forward line. It's a dangerous dropping ball there with Eugene Dunn running in with Carl Lacey holding him off well. Carl Lacey flicks into space. Flicks it out to safety. Out past the arc now. Éanna Owens is the closest to it. Éanna Owens for Avondale will pick up. Brian Dooley trying to get in there. Flicks the ball forward to Ross Ward. Ross Ward back out to Éanna Owens. Éanna Owens is going to go for this. Out on the sideline. Looks good. Conor McNally isn't too happy with the decision of the umpires.
Reaching for the flag, yeah. That's two great scores in a row now for Avondale. They need to keep this going if they're hitting their purple patch now.
So it's 2 points each in this half. Conor McNally with the puck out. Norman Mahon is a great option at half forward line, the way he starts behind his man and sneaks in front of him to catch. Sends it to the centre, looking for Christy Morehouse. Doesn't get to him, but Davy Maloney will pick up the loose ball. Davy Maloney shooting from well out the field. Davy Maloney, it looks like he's got it over the bar, has he? What's it, white?
Wide ball, the umpire is saying. Davy's not protesting too much, so must have been.
Shane O'Reilly looking for Conor Byrne. Dara Henderson steps in front of him. Dara Henderson catches, unbelievably so. Walks that all the way. On now to Owen McCormack. Owen McCormack for his first chance since coming on. Owen McCormack floats it over the bar.
Dara Henderson is having a great game. He got 2 points in the first half from play. Got up, caught that ball, popped it off to Owen McCormack.
Kyle Baker now getting this puck out from Shane O'Reilly. Can't gather it. Ron McMahon working hard. Keith Byrne there, got a hurl to it, but Christy Morris in possession now, running at Eamon Kearns. Christy Morehouse gets past Eamon Kearns, puts it over, puts it wide from off the hurl. May have been options there. He's disappointed with their hands went straight to the head there.
That half forward line for Bray is looking very dangerous now with Ronan McMahon and Owen McCormack and Christy Morehouse.
Dara Henderson swings a hurl at it, doesn't get it. Zach Cullen gets onto the breaking ball ahead of Sean Kenny. Zach Cullen shoots. Zach Cullen saved by Conor McNally on the line. It's gone out for a 65. We can see a bit of movement on the Avondale bench. Torna Mulconnery looks like they'll be coming on shortly, as well as, I believe that is Dara Owens. But a 65 here for Zach Cullen to take.
Yeah, dangerous enough one for Conor McNally. He did the right thing to get the hurl to it and not leave it to chance. Zach will stand over this now. Like Avondale, strong start to the second half. You'd be hoping now Pint will pull it back to 7 points. Like a lot of work done, an awful lot to do. But like I said, that Bray half forward line have started strong. And look, of course, Bray with their panel depth have plenty of lads that can come in and add to it as well.
Zach Cullen rises, strikes. From the body language of the Bray players, you swore was going wide. The umpires have waved it wide. And the sub coming in, Torna and Dara Owens being introduced.
Torna will be trying to see what forward he's coming in for. Maybe Ross Ward, he's on a yellow. You have to be careful there now. The last thing you want is going down to 14. So Torna's, we're still looking to see who's coming off. It's as if Kyle Baker's coming off, is it?
Yeah. Kyle Baker, not a great day for him. As I say, he can show a bit of what he's capable of with that running forward, but wasn't able to do anything too
Ross Ward as well coming
Yeah.
off as well. So look, Ross unlucky there now. It was yellow, it's not worth chancing. And look, Tornell had a bit of pace inside there, but they need to get the ball into him. That's the main thing. There's no point having him in there if they're not going to feed the ball into him.
Conor McNally with the puck out, assessing his options. Goes for a short one to John Henderson, more of a directed one, who gets it out to the brother Dara. Dara catches ahead of Torna. Dara sends it to the full forward line, looking for a witty catch ahead of Liam Dickinson. Dickinson gets a hurl to it. Owen McCormack and Shane Byrne will chase. Shane Byrne gets there first, pulls on it, down the line, looking for Conor Byrne. Brilliant hurl there by Ben Carney. Dara Henderson checks it back inside now to the older brother John. John sending it over to Christy Morehouse, who's ahead of Killian Brown. Christy Morehouse checking his options. Checks inside to David Maloney. Conor Byrne straight away in his case. He hands it off to his brother Luke Maloney. Luke Maloney has a McCormack out wide. McCormack for a second score. McCormack does exactly as he did earlier on, just floats it over the bar.
That's just Bray in a nutshell there now. The way John Henderson was able to sit back, work the ball back to him. He worked it through. It was just great the way they worked it. Even Christy put a ball the whole way across the pitch and McCormack finishes. But there's probably 4 or 5, maybe even 6 lads involved in it. So that's kind of textbook Bray there now. They're renowned for that, their style of hurling, and like that, just always keeping Avondale at bay.
Sub there coming on for Bray, Mikey Lee for Andrew Conway. Ball dropping on top. Sean Kenny gets it almost at the hand to it, but Dara Owens should get possession. Doesn't. Mikey Lee now gets onto the ball. Mikey Lee spins out of trouble. Looking for David Maloney. David Maloney gets a hurl to it, tucks into space for himself. Killian Brown meets him with a shoulder, face. All good, says the referee. Jackie is under pressure. Christy Morehouse wins a free. Seemed like Dave Maloney wasn't too happy with the challenge on himself.
It's hard to see how Davies' one wasn't a free and then he blew for Christie's and he didn't have his hand up for advantage. So look, regardless for Bray, it's a free. Davy down on his hunkers there now, just probably trying to get his breath back there now. He's having a really good game today. And Christie standing over it, striking.
Puts it over the bar. 10 points the margin now. Avondale, you feel they will need a goal to make a game of this. Shane O'Reilly's puck out down on top of Zach Cullen. Dara Henderson got his hurl there. Luke Maloney picks up the break. Going through Shane Brown. Shane Brown does well to hold him up. And it's looks to be a free in for Avondale, I think Liam Keenan said. Zach Cullen feeling the effects of a challenge. I didn't quite see what happened there myself.
No, it just looked like he went over on his ankle there now. It wasn't like there was a flailing hurl or anything, but I just wonder from an Avondale point of view, look, semi-final, it's after been like tremendous getting here. And is it time to like push up 15 on 15, because look, there's 10 points in it, might as well push up 15 on 15 and really go for this game. Look, there's only 10 minutes gone in the second half. I know a lot can happen in 20 minutes, but I think the way it's working there now, that they're sitting back, Bray are well able to work that and counteract it, and with their own man John Henderson there. So I think now it's worth going 15 on 15 and really just going for this game for the last 20 minutes and see where it goes. But SAC not looking terribly comfortable, and I suppose a lot of Avondale supporters won't be too happy seeing that, because they're in an intermediate final. I think it's 2 weeks' time against Hollywood here, so he's the helmet off and everything there now, so not looking comfortable at all.
Whereas they have had a great season overall. Avondale as a club won the Junior A Championship yesterday against Kiltegan, got all the way to Senior Hurling Championship semi-final, and as you mentioned, that intermediate football final coming up. Must will be very unfortunate there for Zach Cullen. However, you won't be so unfortunate if you buy a ticket for the draw for a Ford Puma worth of the value of €33,000 and many cash prizes. You can find tickets on the official Wicklow GAA website.
You're helping him back up to his feet here now. He's not looking steady on the ankle at all. He's trying to put weight on it. You can see him limping there. Big loss for Avondale. I know he has to go to the sideline anyway as part of the protocol when he takes his helmet off, but even like Avondale, the majority of their scores have been from frees as he gets a round of applause. Like Zach has been so important for Avondale the last few years through frees and through play of course well, and look, that change is confirmed there now as Jack Manley makes his way onto the pitch, but a big loss for them, and be interested to see who takes over the free taking duties now for Avondale.
Going to be a free here for Christy Morris actually, so no, it was actually a free to Bray in that incident. Christy rises, strikes, seems to be tailing off wide, tempted to keep in play there by Ron McMahon, but goes wide.
Yeah, it could have easily been kept in there now. Like as a cornerback, you're kind of be saying hold your man out, see the ball out wide, but Ronan McMahon having a powerful game today, in fairness to him. Looks to be gone inside there now, but look, Bray are known for rotating their forward, so he could pop up anywhere.
Shane O'Reilly dropping it down, Mikey Lee is underneath it, Shane Brown got a hurl to it, Luke Maloney though should pick up possession. Darragh Owens on his case, on his back. Luke Maloney was in possession there, can't get a meaningful pass out. Dave Maloney picks up the pieces, sends it into the full forward line, looking for Patrick Doyle. Sheehan is on him, Sheehan nicks his pocket, brilliantly so. And now Eamon Kearns will clear. Long ball down on top of the full forward line. Éanna Owens underneath this with Brian Dooley. Dooley gets a hurl to it, and John Henderson comes out with it. On now to Owen McCormick. Owen McCormick sends it down the line, looking for Mikey Lee. Mikey Lee can't catch it first time, but does get to the ball. Keeps his body between him and the ball and Liam Dickinson. Mikey Lee going for the score out on the sideline. Mikey Lee, that is absolutely brilliantly done.
Tremendous score from Mikey there off his left side, just at the dugout here at the Herps end. But Conor Sheen, what a full back play there, the way he picked his pocket, but unfortunately didn't work out any better for Avondale as Eamon Kearns gathers the ball now from the sharp hook out.
Kearns under pressure there, pushes Luke Maloney to the ground, turns back, swings it forward. Ben Carney though is the quickest to it, gathers it second time Vaskin, bursts through Conor Byrne. Dave Maloney now on it, on to Darragh Henderson, going past Shane Brown. Darragh Henderson, seemed to be a flick there from Shane Brown that Liam Keenan is not too happy with, and it's a free now for Christy Morris to take. And he's being brought in there, seems to be a few words there said, possibly this is Conor Byrne, Shane Brown.
He's after bringing up a nice bit too, Liam has as well, so yeah, he's been consistent on that for now. Any time lads have been talking back to him, he's brought it up. But in fairness to Bray, anytime they're going direct into their full forward line load, they're getting great joy out of it. But probably Conor Sheen's fair to say getting the better of that duel between himself and Pádraig Doyle.
Christy Morris slots that over. We've got just over 15 minutes here to go. 12 points the margin. Shane O'Reilly with the puck out, sending it down. You can see Eamon Kearns got into a more advanced position. He gets a hurl to it, but can't gather the ball. Spills loose. Shane Brown though gathers, trying to get past Darragh Henderson. Does so. Shane Brown on the trot. John Henderson's backing off him. Carl Phelan's to his right. Decides to go from the 21. Oh, that was a... Give him credit for taking it on. That was a serious shot.
Yeah, and that's what Avondale need right now, is someone to stand up and kind of take this by the scruff of the neck and go for those kind of chances. And fairness, wound up, planted 2 feet, and you'd have to imagine if it was on target, it would have been very hard for Conor McNally to get down to his bottom left hand corner, but lucky for Bray it wasn't. But Avondale, they're now like that. It's disappointing now, as I think Willie Cash is making his way there now for number 19, which is Conor Broderick.
Conor Broderick. Of course, both of those are playing intermediate hurling this year. I think Conor Broderick only one appearance. Conor Benatti's poke out just below Ron McMahon, but he can't gather. Conor Byrne should get to there on the sideline. Padraig Doyle now coming out the pitch, trying to take on Conor Byrne. Conor Byrne does brilliantly, flick a pass. Darragh Henderson can't gather it though. And it's a lot of good work there from Padraig Doyle. Padraig Doyle now, probably the more natural position, the half back line. Sends it forward, looking for Conor Broderick, just on there. Liam Dickinson trying to reach out to him. Conor Broderick's touch just takes it away from him. Liam Dickinson there, and Conor Broderick hits it out for a line ball to Avondale.
I will say this, the Avondale full back line are actually doing quite well today, considering they're up against a strong Bray team who are good at delivering the ball in. So kudos to them for that.
Line ball here going across the pitch. Sean Kenny and Jack Manley batting for it, but Sean Kenny picks it up. Sees there Mikey Lee ahead of him. Mikey Lee, Jack Manley straight away over to him. Mikey Lee doesn't even look at the target, goes for it. It's a good strike, but it's not accurate enough and goes to the right and wide.
No, in fairness to Mikey, he did well to get the shot off with the two men around him, but just to the right and wide.
Darragh Henderson gets a hurl to this ahead of Conor Byrne. Padraig Doyle trying to pick up the piece. Conor Sheehan's followed him all the way out there now. So maybe a positional switch for Bray, but not for Avondale. Carl Lacey sends it to the forward line. I think Conor Sheehan here now may have gone over on something here. He's holding his knee there, it seems.
Yeah.
That's not looking good. He's, again, as you said, he's had a terrific performance, and it'd be unfortunate that that's how his days end.
That's what the last thing Avondale need after Zach Cullen having to leave the field of play. But it's interesting now, since Padraig Doyle came out, the two balls are after breaking his way, he's after getting on them. So as you said, they're probably more natural position for him. Sometimes like that, if you're stuck inside and ball, well, he's a big man, it can be hard for a full forward dealing with high ball when you have a lad like Conor Sheehan breaking the ball, batting it back, and like that around the middle maybe might suit him, as it'll open up for him a bit and he can get on those breaks. But Conor Sheehan not looking comfortable either here now, and you're saying to yourself with roughly 13 minutes to go there now, it's going to be a hard way back for Avondale, 12 points down. Like they've done really good, there's lots of really positive things. As I said, like it's been a great 12 months for them, and like getting to semi-final is massive. But just this Bray team, their game management, the way they're able to control the game, dictate the play, it's no wonder they're going for 7 in a row.
Joe Jacob coming on now. Coming on for Aidan Owens actually, so they haven't made a decision on Conor Sheehan just yet, but Joe Jacob of course plays in goal for the Avondale footballers. Young man coming in, gone into the full forward line.
Kind of your stereotypical GA substitution there. Things aren't going great. We'll take off corner forward, like a bit harsh, because not a whole pile of ball going in to the full forward line in this half.
And Aidan Owens did score this half as well.
That's true, yeah.
So Conor Sheehan is back to his feet, he's hobbling into position. Might just be looking to shake it off. I think it looks like it might be a throw in here from the way Liam Keenan's lining up yet. I'm sure and Luke Maloney and Eamon Kearns wouldn't cower away from anything like this. Yeah, it is going to be a throw ball. Two of them rest possession. Eugene Dunn gets to it, but Dave Maloney gets to the breaking ball. Trying to get away. Gets the hand pass out for Mikey Lee to run onto. Mikey Lee flicks it into space. Mikey Lee running at goal. Mikey Lee still going. Ball in his hurl. He goes for the goal. Shane O'Reilly saves. Free in though to Mikey Lee.
It looks like he's shaking his hand now. He got a late pull as he went through. That kind of indiscipline has cost Avondale throughout the day. Like after a great save from Shane O'Reilly, it's brought back for the advantage. Had he been let get the strike off, ball could have been cleared, but we find ourselves in a familiar position whereby Christy Morehouse standing over the free and Liam Keenan Jr. after brandishing the yellow card. Not sure for who.
I think it was for Conor Sheehan from the looks of it. I think he was a close man to him. Would have said could have been him or Killian Brown from the looks of it. Killian Brown's back into his goal, but Christy Moore is just going to take the point. 13 points up now. Just over 10 minutes to go. Substitute coming on for Bray, Ben McCormick. Brian Dooley, I think they're sounding to be the man to be taken off. He's had a good performance. It was a good battle between him and Aidan Owens throughout the match.
Very good, especially in the first half.
And Sean Kenny's going back into cornerback. Ben McCormick's going to wing back to Jack Manley. John is pushing up here. John Henderson's pushing up on Eamon Kearns. Shane O'Reilly's puck out, coming down the open stand side. Shane Brown tries to get in there. No Abhainn gets to it. Dave Maloney does. Sends it back from whence it came. on top of Dickinson and Broderick. Broderick just misses the catch, but it falls in behind him and he's on the ball now. Got a bit of pace, this fella. Broderick looking across. It's a good ball with Conor Byrne, read it so well to intercept. Christy Morehouse blocked, nearly got possession. But Conor Sheehan mopped up well. And Conor Byrne doesn't clear. Mikey Lee blocks down. Mikey Lee going past Conor Sheehan. Mikey Lee just drops the ball at the vital time. Back out to Christy Morehouse. Christy, Ron McMahon is available. Ron McMahon, they're trying to work a goal here, it looks like. Ron McMahon can't get the swing away. Conor Sheehan is in there. He's still having a brilliant game, in fairness, Conor Sheehan. And it's a battle for possession on the 21 in the Avondale half. Spells out here now. Shane Brown should gather. Does. Shoots forward. Seems to miss it, that one, as he's clearing. He's looking for Turner to run onto, but it goes out for a line ball to Bray.
Just sums up Avondale's day, really, doesn't it? Like the two blocks there, Conor Byrne, acres of space, just really trying to deliver the ball into the inside line and gets blocked down, and then Shane Brown to get and put out over the sideline. It just sums up Avondale's day, really.
Ben Carney gets to Luke Maloney's line ball. However, doesn't get clean possession. Carl Phelan battling well. Phelan has it. Tries to burst past John Henderson. Does well there. Shane Brown goes past two Bray players. Flicks it forward. Out for a line ball to Bray.
Unlucky for Shane there. Just ran out of space. There now nowhere he could go. But in fairness to the Bray lads, they had closed down the space. They could only go one place. And a bit of argy-bargy afterwards between Shane and Darragh Henderson. Two number 7s. Neither of them will shy away from it, in fairness.
The two lads just getting to know each other, exchanging contact details. Carl Lacey's going to take this sideline. Conor McNally's making himself available. Liam Keenan's waiting for a blood sub to come on here, I think, for an Avondale player.
For Conor Sheehan there now.
Yeah, probably from that little flick block down on Mikey Lee, or from earlier on, number 21 coming on is Keelan Busher. Conor Sheehan really has been in the wars today. You see Rory Lamb is about to come on as well for Bray Emmets. Rory Lamb.
You really don't need that as an Avondale back there now, that you're after been playing for nearly 55 minutes and now you have Rory Lamb coming in when he with buckets of space and pace.
Carl Lacey, sideline ball does go high, but Eugene Dunn gets ahead of Dave Maloney to intercept. Eugene Dunn still running forward. Eugene Dunn running into a lot of white jerseys here, still pulling forward. I wouldn't say that looked to be a bad pull there. I think he was just going for the ball there, to be fair. More of a case of Dave Maloney ducking down. But he'll definitely feel that. Or is that Lukey Maloney?
Lukey Maloney,
his head, yeah.
He's
have a look here.
Not looking comfortable there on the ground.
Just gonna have a quick look at a replay here. Yeah, he was just kind of clipped Lukey as he was going for the ball. Wide enough strike.
Substitution on the Bray Emmets team. Number 22, Rory Lamb, replaces number 12, Ronan McMahon.
Oh man, is that a brilliant performance, and he is the man to make way for Rory Lamb.
Looks like some of the Bray players are calling for a sub for Luke Maloney.
Yeah, blood sub. You can see the inside of his helmet is fairly red. So it was a bad strike on the back of his head. Yeah, a lot of attention.
No, Bray are just wondering, have they 5 subs made already? Given the state of Luke and for his helmet, can he do a temporary, like will he come back on? Or will they just see it out there now, like there are 7 minutes left, 7 or 6.5 even, so maybe we'll be able to work with that. It's a temporary substitution for 7.5 minutes.
Ron O'Brien, club manager and doctor, is in there giving Lukey Maloney treatment. I think Paddy Lee was going in there just to discuss with Liam Keenan what is their option at this point. Will they just play on with 14, or can a temporary sub be brought in?
Should be able to make a temporary sub as Luke gets a round of applause leaving the pitch.
Well deserves. Great warrior for Bray Emmets. Ever since making his debut back, I think it must have been about 2012. 13 years playing senior. Eugene Dunn with the ball, striking it off his right side. It just looked to be tailing right and wide.
And number 23, Oscar Harty is in for Luke Maloney there as the temporary blood sub.
Substitution on the Bray Emmets team.
Conor McNally now with the puck out.
Harty replaces number 9, Luke Maloney.
John Henderson's making him available on the 21, but Conor McNally opts not to go for him. Goes out wide to Lacey instead. Lacey strikes it forward. Long ball dropping down. Ben McCormack trying to get to Eamon Kern, watches all the way. Kearns can't gather. Ben McCormack put him under all sorts of pressure. Ball is in a ruck now. Rory Lamb trying to get his body in there. Killian Brown got the hurl to it. Killian Brown trying to kick it into space, does so. Podger Doyle's on his case. Podger Doyle nicks it off him, but illegally so, according to Liam Keenan. It's a free out to Avondale.
Yeah, look, we're talking 5 minutes plus injury time. There's only one place for this ball, and it's on the edge of the square, so Eamon Kearns putting the ball down. Bray still with the free man there. You can just see John Henderson on the goal line as well, just offer more protection.
Kearns looking for the run there to Joe Jacob. Jack Manley gets to the breaking ball. Manley picks it up. Mikey Lee put him under all the pressure. Manley checks back inside. Catch it for a second time. Hooked by Mikey Lee. And now Oscar Hartley will have his possession. No, he can't get her. Can't pick it up. Jack Manley's on his back. Shane Brown gets his body in there. Hurling there. Gets the ball up. Gets past Dara Henderson. And is seen as a push in the back from Dara Henderson. A free for Shane Brown. So as you mentioned there, with Zach Cullen off the pitch, who'll be taking this free, who'll be standing over. I mean, at this point, very much doesn't matter. Just hoof it into the box, really, is what you have to do.
Or even just, it's just so, it's a 45, like to get it up and down is tricky enough, but there's no one really standing on the edges where they're making their way in a bit. Like even to try drill it, like it's just, I know, it's an awkward one. If it was further out, you'd get a better drop on it, but Shane is winding up.
Just strikes it high. And the umpires seem happy with that. That's Bray Emmets 12 points, Avondale 8 points. Conor McNally with the puck out. Ben Carney making himself available on the right hand side here. But Conor doesn't seem interested. It's going to go along. Sends it down to the covered end side, looking for Conor Broderick. Keith Byrne gets a hurl out to it. Eamon Kearns should gather this. Does so. Ben McCormack put him under pressure. Eamon Kearns checks back inside. Gives it off to Shane Brown. Shane Brown sends the ball in from his own 65. It's a long, high dropping ball, but it just well wide in the end.
Yeah, just unlucky there now. Didn't really get a chance to look. Could have done with maybe dropping it in, but look, with time running out there now, it's just a frustrating one for Avondale.
Ben McCormack gets to the puck out from Conor McNally despite Eamon Kearns coming over the back of him. Darragh Owens is doing well to keep him under pressure, but Ben McCormack checks back inside, goes for the score. Shane O'Reilly catches, but it's a free in to Ben McCormack. The game's sort of going into a bit of a lull here now, not as much energy, a lot of frees happening.
Few subs after coming in, few injuries for Avondale, but look, Bray are just so confident. They know what they're about. They have a good game plan, good style of play, but how often have we seen Bray just, there's no really defining moment, but just consistency over the 60 minutes, and this game has just, the difference between them is just widened and widened and widened, and that has been the case lots of times with Bray down through the years. And look, they'll be looking forward to a final now in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks time. It's not 2 weeks anyway, it's probably longer. 3 weeks time against
it's in 2 weeks time.
2 weeks time, sorry. 2 weeks time against the Carnew team. The Carnew game a really good game last year in the final. It's actually here commentating as well. It was an enjoyable game and just showed their class again by holding on as Jackie converts that free again. But hopefully it'll be a good final now in 2 weeks time.
Shane O'Reilly with the puck, I think. Liam Keenan's holding it up for a moment. No, just waiting for someone to come out of that beyond the 21. Don't think so. Bit surprised he wasn't allowed to get on with that. Shane O'Reilly now with the puck out. Looking for Dála Owens, but Christy Morehouse reads it well. Gets a hurl to it. Spills loose to Ben McCormack. Ben McCormack gets past Eamon Kearns. Finds Broderick running into a lot of space here. Broderick can't get it the first time. Flicks in space. Still has it now. Getting past the challenge. Broderick cuts inside. Rory Lamb checks back. Leaning back. It's just gone wide.
Yeah, unlucky for Rory there. His first time getting on the ball there now. He's a good chapter now. In fairness, he's in with Wicklow seniors a few years ago there now. Good to see him with the senior team in Bray here as well.
Shane O'Reilly's puck out goes on top of Carl Phelan. Oscar Harty gets the loose ball, but Carl Phelan still battling. Conor Byrne picks it up. Conor Byrne now running at the Bray Emmets defence. John Henderson ahead of him. John Henderson stands him up well. He has to check back, gives it off to Jack Manley or Joe Jacob. Joe Jacob blocked down. Oscar Harty in there. Carl Lacey gathers. Carl Lacey under all sorts of pressure trying to get it out. Trying to lop it out now. Sean Kenny in possession, but no. Avondale working very hard up front. Joe Jacob getting his body in there. Carl Lacey pulls on it. Doesn't go down in particular. Sean Kenny comes out with it. He's had a brilliant game so far, Sean Kenny. And he pokes that one away, but it's only goes as far as Dála Owens. Dála Owens in possession. Under immediate pressure there. That was a block there from Mikey Lee. Ben McCormack now in possession. Mikey Lee to his right, gives it to him. Mikey Lee sends a long ball in forward, looking for Rory Lamb. Dickinson did well now to hold him up, and Eamon Kearns picks up the loose ball. Kearns running forward. Lamb still on his case. Kearns gets it forward to Shane Brown. Shane Brown to Shane Byrne. Shane Byrne can't gather. Rory Lamb and Dara Henderson battling. Dara Henderson comes out with it. Dara Henderson hooked by Shane Brown. Big battle happening here in the middle third. Rory Lamb gathers the loose ball. Gets it out to Conor Broderick. So corner forwards are coming out into midfield. Conor Broderick gets past Manley. Broderick gives a short little pass to Christy Morehouse. A fortunate break. Can Christy get to it? He can. Christy Morehouse running that goal now. Christy just got to end this game with the goal. He's tripped there, looks like, by Killian Brown. It's a free in to Bray Emmets on the 21. We've got 5 minutes of added time. Of course, that makes a lot of sense with the injuries we've had this half to Zach Cullen and Luke Maloney. But Christy with another chance. And I suppose we were wondering earlier on who got the yellow card. Was it Sheehan or was it Killian Brown? We'll get our answer here, I suppose.
Definitely the right thing to do from a back's point of view. Look, the game is gone, unfortunately, for Avondale. Yellow card.
And no red card, so it wasn't indeed Conor Sheehan earlier on. Christy with another free. Being 13 points up, no use of going for a goal. Bray generally would just tap these over. Even with 61 minutes played altogether. Casey Morris rises, strikes, sends it out to the pitch the back, and the umpires are raising the white flag.
It actually landed in the Aughrim, the new club pitch in Aughrim there, that one.
So there's a ball in that pitch if anyone wants to grab it.
Fair
Shane
play,
O'Reilly sends it looking for Shane Byrne. Podgy Doyle underneath this. Goes to Eugene Dunn. Eugene Dunn under a bit of pressure. Strikes it in. Looking for Joe Jacob. John Henderson is underneath that. Ball breaks. Sean Kenny gets a hand to it. Keeping it going forward. Carl Lacey under pressure there. Tormal Connery in there as well. But Ben Carney and Joe Jacob, everyone trying to claim possession. Joe Jacob seems the most likely. He is. Has it in his hand. Carl Lacey put him all sorts of pressure. But in that pressure told, Dara Henderson comes away with the ball, sends it forward, looking for Owen McCormack. Owen McCormack scored 2 points earlier on in this half. He's ahead of his marker. Gets it into his hand. Forward now for Mikey Lee. Conor Broderick running into space. Mikey Lee is just going to line himself up and puts it over the bar. Bray Emmets' 23rd point, 15 points now the margin. I suppose at this point you would really say it's a very sizable victory now for Bray.
Yeah, very much so. And like that, just doing their usual, just tipping away, keep the scoreboard tipping over. Bray clash there. Shane Brown's hurl is broke.
Shane Brown is definitely one of the players throughout this
I'd
championship.
say Dara Henderson's broke as well, such was the clash.
He's one player who has given absolutely everything in this championship. He can definitely hold his head up high for his performances. Just waiting for the line ball to be taken. Is it an Avondale? No, it's a Bray Emmets ball.
Yeah, Mikey Lee is going back for it.
Mikey just eager, mad for road. Sharp corner forward. Back beyond his own 45, taking this sideline. Mikey Lee, it's a good sideline.
He broke his hurl doing it as well though. Just 3 hurls broke in 30 seconds.
Conor Broderick got to that, passed it off to John Henderson. Henderson looks inside for Christy Morehouse. Christy Morehouse touches it away from Eamon Kearns. Can't gather. Killian Brown put him under all sorts of pressure. Pull from behind there from Killian Brown. Christy Morehouse though, not phased, gathers it. Gives it into Conor Broderick. Broderick trying to get there, however, Jack Manley did well to stand him up and win possession. I think it's Carl Phelan who's won a free, and he gets on with things quickly, looking for Torna Mulconnery. Underneath him is Oscar Harty. Torna though, picks it up. Dara Henderson trying to get at him. Torna flicking it forward for Conor Byrne to run onto. They're going to pull it back though for the free. Playing advantage there for maybe a late pull, was it?
Yeah, I think so. Shane Brown walking over to hit this again now.
15 points.
At this stage, I'll just throw it over now.
Because even if he just flicks it into the box, as you mentioned, with the football coming up, chance of injury or little nicks if the ball does end up there.
It's been a great, I suppose, like you said, with the junior final yesterday for Avondale and in the intermediate football final, it's been a great year for him as well. So
Brown is just going to go for a goal with this one. Conor McNally makes a save. Torna Mulconnery gathers the breaking ball. He just swings it over the bar.
I think that's the first ball Torna got in his hand and he got a point. Just kind of reflection of the game, how that inside line for Avondale didn't get any ball at all in the second half as we approach about 30 seconds of injury time left.
Puck out, looking for Conor Broderick. Keeper got a hurl to it, but Broderick picks it up. Broderick swings it across. looking for Rory Lamb, gets a hurl to it, but Liam Dickinson doing well to hold him off. Oh, McCormack almost getting in there. Rory Lamb trying to gather, doesn't. Patrick Doyle's in possession. He's got Ben McCormack outside, gives it to Davy Maloney. Maloney over the shoulder, goes for the shot. It's got to drop into Shane O'Reilly's hand. And Shane O'Reilly clears up the pitch as Liam Keenan blows the full-time whistle. So we know our pairing, it's the Battle of the Emmets for the Bowman Platform Higher Senior Hurling Championship Final. It'll be Carnew versus Bray. Kieran, what are we to be expecting for that match?
Well, if it's anything like last year's final, it's going to be a cracker. Just remember, like last year with Carnew, they got 2 goals in that first half. I think Jack Dála was either got both or involved in both anyway. And it was a really enjoyable final from a neutral's point of view. And like that, just Bray just showed their class again last year with their game management, as we spoke about throughout this game. So look, Carnew, tough game yesterday against Kiltegan, got 4 goals. That'll be, you know, it's very seldom you see teams putting up a big goal count against Bray. That's always important to keep yourself in the game. And look, Carnew probably arguably had a tougher route to the final, more games, tougher games. That'll stand to them. And for Bray, look, they're back there now, going for 7 in a row. They're so composed. You look at the subs that came in today and how strong they are and how they actually added to the game. And look, Carnew, in fairness to them yesterday, made substitutions. They made an impact as well. So I think we're going to be looking forward to a really enjoyable final. And just to note on Avondale, after winning the intermediate last year to get to semi-final and do all the work they've done, fair play to them. It's been a great year for them.
Serious year for a great club. Thank you very much for watching this Wicklow GAA TV stream of the hurling semi-final. We'll be seeing you throughout the next coming weeks for a whole lot of matches. Take care.